This program is rated PG. It contains themes and scenes which may not be suitable for very young audiences. Parental guidance is advised.
Be advised that the views and opinions of the hosts and guests do not reflect those of the station.
Good evening. This is Philippines Uncut. Your regular host, Buddy Conanan, is on a diplomatic mission as an honorary consul of Georgia. So, I am at your service as the substitute host, Cecile Guidote Alvarez, from the Earth Savers UNESCO Artist of Peace, and also kalampakin ang konsyensiyang kinakalawang. And tonight, the burning issue is, should Marcos be buried at the libingan ng mga bayani? And so we have very distinguished guests who can tell it the way it was during martial law. Ladies first, we will mention former Congresswoman, former chair of the Commission on Human Rights, Loretta Ann Rosales.
Hello, Cecile.
Hi. And of course, the multi-awarded journalist, also a victim of martial law, and known very well for his exceptional columns on the issue, Mr. Jarius Bondok.
Magandang gabi po, Ma'am.
Magandang gabi.
Good evening, Ma'am Eta.
Naku, maraming salamat po dahil kayo talaga ay mga natatanging personalidad na kasama po sa karanasan ng batas militar, and we're saying that the millennials don't know anything else. But in a way, I would say it is serendipitous that there is this issue on the burial of Marcos at the libingan ng mga bayani, because it has become a platform to recharge memories, to raise awareness among the young who never experienced it and who are, in a sense, tempted to believe what is in the social media, let's say, promo of the Marcos family about the so-called golden years of martial law. So we are here to provide the truth. We are, in fact, appreciative of the new statement from President Duterte that he will defer to the decision of the Supreme Court, because there are now protests, or let's say complaints, being filed. And so we leave it to the Supreme Court when all these facts that you hear and read will finally provide the real rationale for making the decision. So, okay, Eta, as we said, will go first as ladies first. You yourself were a victim of martial law. And the first question is, hindi naman kasalanan ni Marcos na merong mga nagiging biktima ng batas militar. Ano ho masasabi ninyo? At saka, hindi naman nalalaman ang lahat.
Well, hindi, paano nating sasabing hindi kasalanan ni Marcos? There is such a thing as command responsibility. Siya ang presidente, siya ang commander-in-chief. So, ibig sabihin lang noon, siya yung pinakamataas dun sa buong organisasyon ng mga militar at mga pulis. Actually, constabulary, na PCINP pa lang ang tawag doon, di ba? Na siyang nananakit at nandadakip at saka nagtutorture, yung mga illegal arrests na naganap lahat ng panahon na yon. Ako mismo, konkretong ebidensya nung karahasan na naganap. Sapagkat dahil teacher ako noon eh. So, nagtuturo ako, Siyempre, malaya ako nagtuturo at ang kagandahan nun, tinuturo ko ang kasaysayan, tinuturo ko ang social sciences, tinuturo ko ang saligang batas. Sa panahon na yon, binabago ni Marcos na yung may
Constitutional Convention.
As a matter of fact, Sunny.
Yeah, my husband was a member.
Your husband was a member.
Manipulated talaga.
I used to go up to Sunny and I said, Sunny, come on, what are you doing there?
Ako.
We have to march down the streets. Eta, let's divide our work, sabi naman niya.
Na,
no?
pero
Tapos
nagpro-protesta
sabi
siya kasama kila Jokno at sa inyo.
So,
Tinubigan.
and I was there nung binomba ang this was at the Quezon City Hall. Sila Sunny yun eh. Nasa 14th floor kami, biglang binomba, tapos nawala ng kuryente. Can you imagine that? Nagtaguan lahat ng mga delegates dun sa ilalim ng mga desks nila. So, that was the situation. May mga bombahan, pagkatapos ang mga estudyante dinadakip, and so on and so forth. So ako, dinakip din ako noong 1976, teacher ako, nagtuturo ako, and so on and so forth. Kasi si Marcos, he could not take dissent, no? Any kind of dissent. So, ang nangyari noon, ang sa intindi namin at lumitaw talaga, para sa kanya, maaga pa lamang, desidido na siya na magpatuloy sa kanyang kapangyarihan.
Kasi bawal sa ating konstitusyon noon. Kanya naging dahilan ng pagmanipula sa konstitusyon para siya ay manatili at diktador na. Jarius, anong maidadagdag mo dito? Because kabataan ka noon, ano? Pero hindi nila pwedeng sabihin wala kang malay at hindi ka involved.
Yeah, I was a student activist. I was 17 years old.
Biruin niyo yan.
When martial law was declared and they picked me up at the University of the Philippines, Diliman campus. Your question is, did Marcos know or some of his
The violations of human rights.
His defenders now would say he never knew there was torture going on. He was the president. He was the one. He was exercising one-man rule. He was also commander-in-chief. 60,000 were rounded up. And SOP, parang standard operating procedure, at least one day, pero usually mga 1 week na bugbog. Ganun. And actually, close to 10,000 filed a case. So, how can you say you knew nothing if we're talking here of thousands? What kind of a president are you exercising one-man rule and not knowing that your soldiers had rounded up 60,000 persons, student activists or lawyers, diba?
Kasama yung mga political leaders, si Ninoy, sila
leaders, diba?
Jokno,
Community
Soc
leaders,
Rodrigo.
Leaders sa mga slums, diba? Mga ganon, even leaders ng mga jeepney organizations, tricycle organizations. You didn't know 60,000 were rounded up. And then 10,000 actually when Marcos was ousted from power, almost 10,000 filed the case.
At nanalo.
Claimants
Claimants 1081.
Yes, oo. And some of them died, some were purged from the list. I think mga 7,000 were actually compensated. Compensated at least twice already.
Hindi naman
Parang mga partial compensation kasi yung naipanalo sa Honolulu court na class suit for damages for the torture, nag-award yung Honolulu court ng $2 billion na yun ang estimated worth of the Marcos estate at that time. So pag may makuhang proceeds from the Marcos estate, ibabayad doon sa mga nagdemanda. So how can you say there was no torture and the president at that time did not know? Ganun karami.
Hindi. Alam naman natin na plinano yon para maging presidente uli o naging diktador sa ilalim ng batas militar. So lahat ng mga paghuhuli ay may order siya kasi yun ang ibig sabihin ng bagsak ng batas militar.
Yeah, he wanted to prolong his stay in power.
Stay in power, which was against the Constitution.
Oo, kasi hanggang 2 terms lang ang presidente noon and he was already into his second term. Pero and he wanted to run again. He held the Constitutional Convention on baka sakaling ano siya ron, yung mabigyan ng another term. Pero minartial law na niya. Para panigurado
Para
and declared.
matakot niya yung mga tao sa Constitutional Convention na dinala sa preso, yung iba nagtakbuhan sa hills, kami nag-in-exile. Ako diretso ho, sinabi sa akin ni Secretary Enrile noon, you better tell Alvarez to surrender or he'll be shot on sight. Nangangatugan tuhod ko noon. Yeah, straight. We were in Malacanang for the Ramon Magsaysay Awards. Ayaw akong payagan na umalis dahil sabi nila, wittingly or unwittingly, I will lead them to Alvarez. Ganun ho ka sa club. Ang tsaka medyo nanindigan kami, sumabay kami kininoy dun sa protesta niya sa Cultural Center na ginamit ang War Damage Fund for Education for the building in the Bay.
I just want to say also, dagdag ko lamang, Cecilia, no, na actually, sa mga estudyante, lalo na yung mga millennials na walang kuwan, magandang basahin nila yung isang libro, Dictatorship and Martial Rule, I think. It's by Professor Alex Brillantes. He is now a commissioner of CHED. Ito yung Commission on Higher Education. This is very important because nandun well-documented ang lahat ng naganap bago magbatas militar na kung saan lumabas yung ebidensya na si Marcos, hinahanda na niya ang batas militar at yung pagpapanatili niya sa kapangyarihan. Because the speeches were there. Tapos, it's so silly because, you know, he was actually predicting violence that would be taking place. And he predicted the bombing at the PLDT. He predicted the bombing at the Quezon City Hall. He predicted the bombing at Manila City Hall, pati yung Kongreso. Paano mo mapipredict na? Tapos sinasabi niya, gawa ito ng mga komunista. So, paano mo naman mapipredict that unless you were the chair of the Communist Party of the Philippines? Presidente naman siya. Hindi naman siya chair of the Communist Party. But it was so funny because he was predicting all of this while he was saying there's going to be violence, there's going to be chaos. So, that in effect gives you the evidence that the guy knew what was going to happen and he was actually paving the way for conditioning the people with respect to the declaration of martial law.
Jarius, bago tayo
Also,
mag-break.
5 years ago, meron na rin ganitong talks in 2011. It was like a sneak attack nga. And all of a sudden, 200 congressmen in 2011 under the term of Noynoy Aquino. 200 congressmen, mahigit, out of 292. All of a sudden, may petition sila na ilibing si Marcos sa, nagulat ang mga tao. Where is this coming from? At any rate, it was 2011 was 25th year of the EDSA revolt. And then, so, yung mga na-torture or yung mga nawalan ng mga kamag-anak, yung mga kinidnap o pinatay yung mga kamag-anak, they decided to come out with books and articles. There are at least 3 books na lumabas noon. I remember the titles of 2 of them. One is Tibak. It's a compilation of first-hand accounts of victims of torture, of the atrocities at the time. Basahin sana ng mga kabataan ngayon. O miski ng mga kaedad natin. Para lang sariwain. Or kung hindi nila alam na nagaganap nun. And another one, ma'am, ito, you might remember the title. It's about the Kimpo
Subversive
siblings.
Lives.
Subversive Lives. Magkakapatid sila ng mga aktivista. Nako, 3 o 4 yata sa kanila. Ang na-torture. Babae, lalaki.
At saka hindi lang yon. Very recently din, nung sinabing eto na naman ang hiling ng mga Marcoses na doon sa libingan ng mga bayani. At ang nangyari, lumabas yung kay Raisa Robles din, yung no to martial law. So, yan po, babalik kami, pero yan ang unang bahagi ng paliwanagan. Bakit hindi dapat ilibing si Marcos sa libingan ng mga bayani?